Hey guys, it's Jay Cook with Secure Financial Management, and I want to talk to you today about investing and why it's so much like a roller coaster and an emotional roller coaster at that, and the reason for that and why it's like nothing else that you invest in, okay? And what I'm going to focus here on specifically today when we talk about any sort of investing you might do in the stock market is specifically around pricing. Okay, and how that price is different and the pricing model is different, I would suggest, than anything else that you might come across in the investment landscape and any sort of assets that you might own as well. Okay, so typically when we have a stock or ETF or whatever sort of investment vehicle it might be that you're using, there's a bid and an ask price. Okay, so that means you own a stock, let's just say a stock of Apple, and you're going to ask a specific price for it, and you're going to ask $160 a share. And you might have someone who says, well, I'm going to bid. I do want to buy this share. I don't want to pay $160 though. I want to pay $159.90, right? It's pretty close to the same, and they'll come to an agreement and there'll be a sale that will price. This is instant pricing while the markets are open, and there's bids and offers coming from all over the world, right? So there's price changes constantly, and it's really like a pricing that you don't have on any other asset that you own. Let me give an example of this, right? You might have investments, but you have other assets, right? Like maybe your home. Maybe you also have some sort of recreational sort of vehicle, like an RV or a boat or a motorcycle or whatever it is. Those are assets of yours as well. Let's take a boat for an example, okay? Let's say you own a boat, it's paid off, that's an asset of yours. It's worth a certain amount of money. I don't know much about boats, so give me some leeway on this. I'm gonna make up some numbers here, okay? Let's say you own that boat and now you wanna sell it. There's no digital sign on the side of that boat like there is with your investments that says this boat is worth X amount of dollars right now because we have a buyer, right? It doesn't work that way. It's this physical asset that you've got there that you gotta try and sell it. So you wanna sell it. Maybe you don't choose the best time of year that you want to sell this asset, right? Maybe we're in January. It's pretty cold. There aren't a lot of people looking for boats right now. All things being equal though, you think, oh, this boat's worth about $10,000, right? Well, why do you think that? I see other boats for sale for $10,000, so I guess it's worth about that. Side note on not just the boat, any asset, right? Any asset, anything isn't really worth a set value. What it's really worth is what will somebody pay for it, right? That's what really the price of something is. So we've got this boat, we're trying to sell it, not the best timing. It's January, right? It's cold, we don't have a lot of people looking for boats. Maybe there's also a lot of other people that have decided, hey, I want to sell my boat as well. So now we've got lots of inventory, lots of boats trying to be sold, but we don't have a lot of people that want to buy that boat. So that $10,000 you're asking, it might be kind of tough to get that figure because we don't have a lot of buyers in there. Now, what's probably going to happen? You're probably going to get some clown, right, that calls you up and says, well, I'll give you $2,000 for your boat. What are you going to say? You're probably going to hang up or say, get out of here, I'm not selling my boat for that. Hey, maybe it's not worth $10,000, but I sure know it's not worth $2,000, right? So you've basically decided, no, there's a certain amount of value for this. I've received a ridiculous offer that I just won't take. Okay, probably a good idea. The same is true of your investments when we're in not such a great time for the stock market or for the economy, right? Just because someone is offering you a low price for that investment that you own, it doesn't mean it's not worth a higher amount. It just means that's the only amount that someone will pay for it right now. Just like with that boat, it doesn't mean you have to sell it. It just means that we're not going to accept that price right now. Now, the reason it's tougher with your investments, right, is because you do have that screen that you can keep refreshing and you see the value go down and down and down because that's what someone's willing to pay for it. It's tougher with your investments because you've got that screen right there showing you instantly what someone will and won't pay for it. We don't have that environment when we're trying to sell our boat or any other asset that we own. We don't have instant pricing that's kind of in our face right there, right away. This is really why we tell clients a lot, hey, it's your money, look at your investment as much as you want, but it's pretty much going to drive you crazy because it's instant pricing on your assets that exist in this space that really doesn't exist anywhere else. Okay, I'll give you one more example before we leave. Imagine you have a house, it's a beautiful house, it's down on the Gulf Coast somewhere, and in any normal time, that house would be worth about, let's say, $500,000. Right on the water, it's been completely remodeled, it's fantastic. But it's summer, and we've been told there's a hurricane on its way in, right? This hurricane's about 12 hours away, and it's gonna be a pretty big one. It's a Category 4 or 5 hurricane. So there's gonna be some damage done, obviously. Probably a lot of people have evacuated. You're still there. You're thinking, you know what? I'm gonna try and sell this house. Yeah, there's a hurricane on its way in. I kind of wanna get out of this situation if I can. I'm gonna try and sell my house. Like our boat, probably not the best time to be selling your house, because how many people are out there at this very moment looking to buy your property? Not many, I would imagine. You're kind of looking around, there's nobody around. You see a fire guy over there who's kind of wrapping some things up, trying to help some people, and you say to him, hey, Mr. Fireman, I want to sell my house, will you buy it? He's not really in the market for a house right now either, but he's like, that's a beautiful house. And at some point, this hurricane will pass, there might be a bit of damage, I can fix it up. Yeah, you know what, I'll give you $25,000 for your house. Of course, it's a ridiculous offer. He's giving you a ridiculous offer because he knows you have no other choices, right? Probably your response is going to be like, you know what, thanks very much. I'll hang on to this and I will sell this at a better, more opportune time where I can receive the proper value. Just like with our stock investment portfolio, there are going to be times where we don't have a lot of people that want to buy the investments that we have. Things aren't ideal and they're going to offer a ridiculously low price. It doesn't mean we have to accept it. What we really want to do is we want to be able to see what the situation is that we're into, know that we're not being offered the proper value, and wait to sell our assets like we would with our house, like we would with our boat, wait to sell it at a future time. It's tough because you've got a constant reminder there of that if you want to sell it right now, this is what it's worth. We don't have to sell it, we can wait for ideal conditions. Guys, I hope that's helped out. We did this video because we get questions around this topic a lot from our clients, and we thought it'd be a really good opportunity to just record this and be able to get it out and share this information with everybody. As always, this should never be considered an investment recommendation. If you need any help with understanding your investments, give us a call at the office, 210-428-6250. We'd be happy to speak with you.